All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for the Amber Pocasset Panthers versus the Dale Pirates in a back-to-back doubleheader girls game, 6:30 tip-off. Boys will be thereafter at approximately 8 p.m., give or take, and we will spin around and get you Amber Pocasset when they come out on the floor. It is a Class A versus 2A matchup now, with Amber Pocasset dropping back down to Class A. Both the boys and girls teams enter with the same exact identical records. 1-1 for Amber Pocasset and 2-0 for both boys and girls for Dale. Only difference is the Dale's girls are riding an 8-game win streak. 6 games continued from last spring's march toward the state championship. And then the boys, what else can you say? A state leading 41 game win streak. Back-to-back state titles for the Pirates and boys basketball, first time in school history, and 32-0 team last year. Won their last 7 games prior to that for a 32-2 state championship squad. And then starting the new 2023-2024 season, 2-0. It is Prep Nation TV coverage sponsorship bringing you the action tonight. Turner Welding in Amber, Oklahoma, and Dale United Methodist Church. So, recapping the start to the season for Amber Pocasset, the Lady Panthers will enter the game 1-1 on the season. They dropped the season opener against Latta 42-25, and then victorious over Ninnekah 67-19 puts them at 1-1 on the young season. For Dale, 2-0 on the season, opened up against Preston, a 51-46 winner, and then 68-51 victors over Bing. That was a 2A, 4A matchup. Little different seeing Teague Muncie on the Dale Pirates this year. She is a transfer from Amber Pocasset and a absolute killer basketball player. Velma Alma Comic Classic Most Outstanding Player last in the winter for 2023. We will see if they will play. It had been a makeshift tournament with a couple of teams added, so I don't see a lot of tournaments posted yet other than the Mustang Classic or the Christmas break, probably the best way to word that. We'll do our best to start dialing in with a tournament each week that'll run all the way through the state playoff and then anticipate coverage all the way up until the state semifinals. And then, like everyone else, be watching NFHS. So we're there at the game. But we got two balls already in the hoop, and one jump won't work. Here comes number two, and she clears it. As I stated earlier in the broadcast, Amber Pocasset, due to ADM numbers, drops down to Class A for the 2023 through 25 seasons. So that is a noticeable change. They've been in Class 2A for some, well, as far as I can remember, put it that way, for every sport that they play except fall baseball, of course, for Class A. So this will be a matchup of A and 2A powerhouses. Early teaser early on for both teams, no doubt top five, top eight programs. We'll see if Dale takes care of business. You have no reason to believe that they wouldn't stay at least number one or number two in 2A, with week one just under the beginning threshold of rankings coming out. All right, just about 4 minutes out from tip off. It'll be Amber Pocasset versus Dale, your Prep Nation TV doubleheader games of the day. Well, both teams still shooting around. We're down to about a minute and 20 or so to go. Figured we would have already kind of joined forces and got into huddle formation, starting the national anthem perhaps, and then at least the starting announcements for the lineups for both Pirates and Panthers. Looks like some teams now breaking away, so we are there now. Final agility drill for the Dale Lady Pirates, and then we should be good to go and start action here momentarily. Your Prep Nation TV game of the day.
Father, we want to thank you for giving us an opportunity to play tonight. Lord, I pray that we use this opportunity to please you, glorify you, Lord. I pray that you keep everyone safe and everything.
Well, that's a prayer we can all agree to. So awesome job, young man. All right, national anthem out of the way. It is now time for starting lineups for the Class A Amber Pocasset Panthers and the Class 2A Dale Lady Pirates. Athletic Director Jason Reese from Dale High School right there momentarily in camera view. Young squad for Amber Pocasset. See how debilitating the loss of Teague Muncie is. She, as I said earlier, transferred to Dale, so she will be playing her former team here in only the third game of the season. And now your starting lineup for the hometown Dale Pirates. Getting Teague for 2 years. Wow. I'm telling you, folks, she's good. One of our 5 finalists for last year's Basketball Player of the Year. And that was as a sophomore. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Amber Pocasset Dale, Prep Nation TV doubleheader. Games of the day. Eight-minute quarters. Do want to stress one new change this year. No longer bonus one-and-ones. There is a max foul total, and once it is met each and every quarter, then and only then do they do 2 free throws. Foul shots, obviously the exception. Tip-off goes to the Panthers, and we are underway. Amber Pocasset penetrates to the right, pushes back up, top of the key, into the paint, squares up, passes down, bottom perimeter, can't get the shot off. Tight defense early on for Dale, drives into the paint, pushes up, shot is no good. It'll be a turnover after the incomplete shot or missed field goal. Dale Lady Pirates will have the ball, 7:42 remaining here in the first quarter. Slower, more deliberate pace for the Lady Pirates. Drives, double teamed into the paint to Muncie. She's up. Shot is no good. However, that will create a foul opportunity, and it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Teague Muncie. And first free throw is good. So she hits the 1 out of 2. Having a little bit of connectivity issues here early on, so hopefully it's not impacting the feed. I know it went down in low latency momentarily. All right, our second foul, so keep an eye on that. Like I said, there is a new foul allotment. Each quarter will reset. Pirates put the shot up, is no good. Rebound attempt, likewise no good. Here comes the Lady Panthers. They'll head down the court. Number 23, or Grayson Hicks, the primary ball handler. She dishes back off, almost a travel there. Back top of the key for Addison Poison. Polson, correction. But you have to pick your poison sometimes. Double pass into the paint. One squares up, going to be a travel call. 6:09 remains, your score 1-0 Dale over Ampo. Amber coming back up the floor. Jump shot in and good for Dale. And they take the early 3-0 lead. Polson again with the ball, turns it over. Here come the Lady Pirates. Jump shot is up, off the mark, no good. Crashing the boards. Number 14 puts it back, and it is good. 5-0 lead for Dale. All Panthers, free throw shot plus back-to-back field goals. Looping pass. Carpenter back with the ball. Cross-court pass into the paint, squares up. White unable to get the shot off. Back to Polson. And we may have a reach-in foul called. It'll be a block correction. 5:13 remains here in the first quarter. 5-0 Dale over Ampo. Back to the top of the key for Hicks. She drives, penetrates, pivots, passes back out. Lynn with the ball momentarily off the foot. Polson cross-court pass. Jump shot is up and just out. Gets the rebound once again. Polson hustles back up. Double dish pass. Resets the play. Top of the key. Feeds top of the paint. Back outside the perimeter. Cross pass. Jump shot is up and it is good. 3-point shot for Amber Pocasset. Charge is going to be the call. Our scoreboard is not correct. I think we've got 4 fouls, actually, but there's 3 listed on the board. Like I said, there is a rule change, so keep in mind that there will be no 1-and-1s anymore. Pulls up the pivot foot, can't get it off. Polson crosses midcourt, dangerous pass there into the paint, momentarily lost, flicks it back out. Hicks drives, pushes back, and double passes. Lynn back to Hicks. Errant pass is no good, trying to go to Polson there. And so it'll be another turnover for Amber Pocasset. Double team cross court pass, can't get the hand on it. 5 squares up with the jump shot, off the mark, no good. Rebound fingertip, grabs it herself, puts it back in, and it is now a 7-3 lead, Dale. Folsom with a looping pass, almost put her into harm's way there. Carpenter dribbles through, passes back out once again to Lynn. Jump shot is up and good by Julie Jones. Two-point lead now for the Lady Pirates. Just cannot get the pass off. Dale will regain possession, or maintain possession, I should say. Jump shot is good. 3-point dagger for the Pirates, and their lead doubles back up to 5. Both teams trying unsuccessfully so far to set up traps at half court. Nice dish, would have taken that shot instead of turning it down. Got to square up, travel once again. That's the second time that Ampo has been called for the jute with the foot instead of putting the ball down in play. Dale once again with the ball, bringing it back up, half court, cross court pass. Drives, penetrates, one-handed shot is no good. However, there will be a foul called on number 3. I believe that'll go against Faith Carpenter. No, correction. Number 23 is flagged for the call. Grayson Hicks. 2 team fouls apiece. Fouls reset every quarter now, so just giving you a heads up on that. No 1-and-1 and reset fouls every quarter. First free throw is good. And Dale very efficient so far at the charity strip. Oh, boy. I believe that's going to be off number 4 here right in front of us as we caught that. So it'll be a redo for Ampo. Then we'll have to get a little bit sharper pass in. She does this time to Polson. Polson double team momentarily, dribbles through it. We'll have another foul called. I believe that's going to be against number 25 for Dale, their third. Non-contact or a non-shooting foul, rather, so just a blocking contact. Side entry there by the scoreboard. Score table. I like how they're pulling the defenders. I don't like so far how nobody's getting the shots. A little two-stepper, no good. A little bit of bad English on the fingertips. 4 squares up, goes to the paint, misses her shot, flicks it over, keeps the ball in play. Rebound Dale. Pirates reset the play again. Side key coming across top. Everything outside the perimeter thus far. Driving down, pulls the double team. We'll have a reach-in foul called. Pick your poison here. There was 2 arms going, so it's going to be called against number 10. Polson flagged, so 16 fouls early on here in the first quarter. So far, neither team in danger of hitting past 5. Can't get the pass in. Yep, going to just roll right out of bounds. And I believe that's the correct call out the fingertips of Teague Muncie. 7-point lead for the Lady Pirates, their largest of the game. Polson got to get moving, and she does. Gets the ball over to Faith Carpenter. Pass back to Sadie Lynn. Another turnover. So Ampo having a hard time getting into an offensive rhythm. Just lets that one go out of bounds, so it'll be 1:53 remaining. 16 fouls, 3 apiece. Oh, boy. That one could have been bad. Carpenter had her back turned to her. Polson now with the ball. Cross-court pass again. Nobody there, but she does chase it down. It's a nice hustle play for Faith Carpenter to salvage that, being another turnover. That negated a potential 4th turnover in a row for Ampo. Got to settle down into a routine here. Another steal. And here come the Lady Pirates. To the paint. Misses the shot. Charging is the call. Fourth team foul on Dale. Polson once again with the ball. Dishes up. Jump shot, no good. Lynn with the assist into Hicks, and Hicks unable to knock it down. So Lynn to Polson now. Jump shot in and out. Cold first quarter for Ampo. Just can't get into a rhythm. They've had multiple turnovers, and they've had, a couple of open shots, but they did a little bit too much juke and not enough box. And as a result, coming up short on the scoreboard here early on in the first quarter. Soft pass, jump shot is up, three-pointer is in and out. Rebound by number 23, Grayson Hicks. Sadie Lynn brings the ball, passes over. And contested pass. Oh, that was off fingertips number 4, but is what it is. Dale will have a little over 32 seconds to go here before the end of the first quarter. Top of the key, fakes pass. Whips it back around. Griggs with an assist. Jump shot just off the mark, and nobody there to chase it down. All right, so Ampo may have enough time for the final hold and shot. Well, the timeout called. Lady Pirates, 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Your score, Dale 12, Amber Pocasset 5. You're watching Prep Nation TV coverage of your doubleheader games of the week. All right, so since Dale took the timeout, Amber Pocasset will have to go the full length of the floor. So maybe a little bit of strategy there by the head coach to get the girls set in a defensive pattern so nothing kind of falls through the cracks. Keep in mind, Ampo does have the right to dribble up a little bit, then call timeout and advance it to a half-court kick-in. We're already down to 13 seconds, 11 crosses. There's your pass, double pass. I like it. Got to penetrate right now. Take the shot, posts up, scores. Nicely done. And that'll do it. No good. Your score through 1, Dale 12, Amber Pocasset 7. PNTV coverage of the games of the week. If you haven't clicked subscribe, please do so. It's free. It'll prioritize content whenever you're inside the YouTube app. All you have to do is go to the home page and click. That is found at the home page for Prep Nation TV. Well, two noticeable things. One, fouls were almost even, 4 for Dale, 3 for Ampo. However, hurried pace was not always the friend of Ampo. A little bit of nervous energy and a couple of bad passes. That one on point, shot missed. kind of a repeat pattern. Multiple turnovers and some travels were especially painful and costful for Ampo's chances to trim the lead. Dale's led by as many as seven, as few as one. Shot is off the mark. Nice rebound by Lynn once again. She kicks it out to Polston. Polston kind of a man on an island alone there, double teamed. Swats the ball out. Will be another kick in for Lynn. Polston once again with the ball. Cross court pass to Carpenter. Hicks pops up momentarily at the paint. And the free throw line back outside the perimeter again. The idea is an isolated read to get the pass right there to the top of the key. Set up a block. Shot is no good. Gets the rebound. Hicks loses it. We may have our first jump ball here. Nope. Possession Dale. Timeout called Pirates. Just a reminder, this is doubleheader coverage of Dale versus Amber Pocasset. Boys game doesn't necessarily start at precisely 8 o'clock, but it'll be at the conclusion of this game. They'll reset the clock, and then they'll have warm-ups and announcements again. So usually there's about a 15 to 20-minute intermission between the boys and girls games. Some schools will do as much as 30, but generally speaking, they try to stick pretty close to, if we've got 15 minutes before 8 o'clock, that we'll start at 8. 20 or 25 more, then they'll start it probably a little bit early. We may just leave the stream up. The inside paint shot is good. Lead is now 3 points for Dale. Cross-court pass, loses possession momentarily. Player maintains, stolen by Miss Hicks extraordinaire. Nicely done there. Double pass over to Polson. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, Dale. So I do see some notable changes in the last couple of minutes of play. Definitely looks like Amber Pocasset is getting into the paint easier and more space. Just still not necessarily knocking down the shots like that. Nicely done by number 5 for the Pirates. Back to a 5-point lead. Jump ball. Possession Dale. Error costly for the Panthers. We'll have a substitution package coming in for the Lady Pirates. Looks like it'll be 3 players on. Muncie, Briggs, and one other player. I think number 1. Not sure of her name. I do apologize early in the season. I'll do my best to memorize them. Muncie posts up. It's going to be a charge time. That's probably the correct call. Just didn't quite have her pivot foot set when she went in. Perfectly executed defense there, maintaining possession, stable feet. Inside of 6 minutes to go before halftime. Muncie will head back to the bench. So after scoring the initial point, been a slow game for Teague Muncie. She's only got the 1 free throw. Off of number 4 on the pass. Little dink and dunk system going on here, and it's not benefiting Ampo. When they do go to a pivot or a pass, they're almost putting their player right on the lines. Is that one right there? They were lucky to maintain possession. She had to be half a foot off of the out-of-bounds line, still half a foot right there, and does lose possession. So Dale able to effectively box out Ampo and force them into short ground where they turn it over. A minuscule amount of space to try to get off a pass and to, more importantly, keep your fleeting so that you don't step on the line. Double pass for Dale. Shot is just off the mark. Whips it away. Griggs back up. Score. So back to a 7-point lead for the Lady Pirates, 16-9. A little bit more aggressive man on or girl defense right now. Carpenter struggling. Just a wicked pass And fortunately for Ampo, a Dale player got an outstretched hand. Otherwise, it would have been, I believe, their seventh or eighth turnover, and it is going to be a turnover. So definitely going to have to tighten up the passes. Shot is just off the mark, no good. Amber Pocasset with a free lane, very rare. Sadie Lynn brings the ball up the court, passes back off to Miss Hicks. Back to Polson, back to Lynn, trying to set up a dump into the lane, gets it. Shot is just no good. So Jones had the position, just not quite the perfect English on the fingertip. Drives, ditches, Griggs posts up, squares up, scores. And it is now the largest lead of the game for Dale at 9 points, 18-9, doubling up. Once again, we had that as a 10-5 lead for the Lady Pirates. And they'll go out of bounds or grab it. Polson elects to just chase it down and reset. She'll pass over to Lynn once again. Dangerous pass. Carpenter just about a foot from a potential backcourt violation. Flicks it up, off the mark, air ball. Sadie Lynn had the right idea, just a little too much arch in English on it. And to the hoop. Largest lead of the game, 11, double-digit lead now for the Lady Pirates. Into the paint, cross-court pass once again. Deflected, stolen. Here come the Pirates. Number 4 posts up, misses the shot. Woo-hoo! Almost a double foul right there. Good defense. A double steal by Amber Pocasset. Exactly what they needed. Hicks can't get them quite off of her. Passes, isolation, read is good. Shot no good. Could have been a foul over the back, not called. So Jones dodges one there. Another possession, 11-point lead for Dale now. 2:45 remains. Turns it over. Amber Pocasset kind of returning the favor on back-to-back possessions. So nicely done by Ampo. Hicks travels. Yep. Didn't get the second turn on the pivot. So as a result, came loose on the left foot to move the right one as she spun. Keep in mind, 3 fouls on number 25. That is the only potential player in foul trouble so far. Teague Muncie, large part why she's on the bench, hasn't scored other than just a free throw. Paint, stolen, double steal once again. We're going to have a reach-in foul, and then actually it's going to be assessed as a blocking foul against number 3. So Faith Carpenter flag just didn't quite get her feet set. It'll be possession regained. Dale. Each team actually had three cracks at it there. Shot is off the mark. Oh, bad call. Should have chased it down and got the defense. Get that rebound. White ball. Number 5 keeps the possession. Also a foul called. Wanted to zip it into number 4. Better pass right there. Found her spot by holding up. Jump shot, no good. So Dale knocks down a couple of threes in the first quarter. They've gone cold in the second. Ampo with an opportunity to get this manageable on the lead. You got to think in the next 2 minutes flat, give or take, they really need to focus on getting a stop and at least 3 scores. And another turnover. Psychologically, you're down double digits. If you could cut it to 6 to 8, that'd be awesome. Dale not giving them an opportunity just yet. Double pass, sets back up into the paint, wants to pull the defenders and gets the 2-on-1. Frees up top of the key. We've got an opening here, a size matchup. Keep an eye on number 14 penetrating against 3 right there. If they can get her the ball in the right angle, that would be an easy scoring shot probably. Then hustles up the rebound, takes it down, switches hand. Got to be careful, almost a 1-and-over on the ball. Again, loses possession, just not the primary ball handler, and you can tell. All right, so we'll have a double substitution package for Dale. 1:04 remains. Ampo maintains possession. Back to the top of the key. Lynn with the pass to Polston. And vice versa into Hicks. Pulls back. Carpenter drives. Block. Shot. Ampo maintains possession. Cross-court pass. Polston's going to try to pull 3 players. Only gets 1 to bite. Into the paint. Hicks squares up. Should have taken the drive. Use a strong arm to plant and go right to the paint. Pass is just off the mark. You can tell that Jones was not expecting that pass deep along the line when she was cutting path. So Ampo unable to capitalize on a couple of turnovers by Dale. Pirates have had a 11-point lead now. It seems like for at least 3 minutes with no shots going in for either team. So it could be worse, could be better, obviously. Double passes and now 20 seconds to go. Slows it back down and kicks it back out, top of the key. Double dish top, perimeter. Passes off. Soft pass, deep here. Jump shot is up. It's a 3, no good. Rebound Poston. He's going to kick it to Lynn. Lynn's going to have 4, 3, 2, 1. Goes to the paint. No foul called. It is a block. Right. So we'll have 0.47 seconds for a quick inbound touch shot. This is going to have to be a fingertip. We're going to have to get it high. Tall player. And we got a little bit of blood there on the player, so by rules, she's got to come off the floor. Got to get a substitution in quick here. So fouls 7 in the first quarter, only 3 here, even though that one was a foul. And have to do it quick. Turn it, shoot it. Nope, too much time. Your score at halftime, Dale 20, Ampo 9. You're watching Prep Nation TV coverage of the doubleheader games of the week. Mixed bag. We got a lot of whales and stuffed animals flying all over the floor. I don't know if this is going to be Cousin Eddie and snake gathering time or what's going on here, folks. Looks like it is a toy drive for Christmas presents. I just almost got shellacked by one here myself. Well, I don't know who all had them hid. I never saw many of them in the stands myself, but I wasn't exactly looking. I don't know what this kid is doing, but he's just taking it out on all the animals. He's just slinging them all over and dunking them. Those of you that are wanting some football updates, I have bad news for you. None of them have started yet. Most of the games slotting 7:30 tonight. However, in Class 5A, Elgin leads Claremore 6-0. Those scores to report for Class 6A, 1, 2, 5A, 4, 4A. None to report for Class 3A either. All of those games either are underway, just now starting, or they are 7:30 kickoff games. Not in Class 2A or A to report. In Class B, Belma Elma 6-0 over Garber in the first quarter. controversial game last week due to the clock not resetting. A stop by Covington Douglas made it appear that the game was going to be over and going into overtime. Instead, in effect, an official's timeout gave the Comets an opportunity to score the game winning touchdown in regulation. So instead of going 18 seconds to almost dead on the sack, they went for it on fourth down, got the pass on the touchdown on the runaround, and literally as time expired, they throw the ball over to the right side of the field. So only two scores to update. Elgin and Belma Alma both up 6-0 early on. I really wish that with football, there could be some kind of accommodation made for people like me. Haven't covered many of the games yet this season, but it's virtually impossible when every single game goes off not only the same night, but 99% of them all 7:30 kickoffs. I would like to see more sites do some double header hosting. Would make it easier for us to be able to cover more games, more teams. However, we generally do most of our traffic on invitational tournaments. We can just kind of embed and do all games each day throughout a weekend. We may pick up some home and aways Mondays and Tuesdays, but as is, most of our coverage will be weekend based Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And hopefully we'll be able to get more games and tournaments going up against a three-headed monster, football, number one, and then school break for Thanksgiving, school break for Christmas and New Year's. So those loom heavy over the number of tournaments that are actually played. And being frank, there's a lot of schools that still have basketball players that are football starters, and they do not want to put themselves at a disadvantage, specifically for district standings and one-loss records, and that's easily understood. Some teams have jumped out. I think we've got some teams in Class A and B that have played already as many as 6 games. 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A. I don't think there's a single team in the state that's played a basketball game yet, boys or girls. Dale here, obviously, they know what they've got. There's no football, so they can crank it up and get going, and they've been ready from day one. I'm probably more surprised that they don't have more than 3 games now through the end of first week, but that's kind of on average about how many they play short of tournaments. 3A scores to update. Perkins Tryon 7-0 over Holland Hall. Heritage Hall 7-0 over Berry Hill. Marlow 7-0 over Cassia Hall. All three of those are Class 3A games and updates for second rounds of football playoffs. Still none of the 6A 1 or 2 games have started, with the exception of Stillwater 14-0 now over Putnam City. Choctaw and Sand Springs shows that it started, but I don't see anything running on clock time. Keep an eye on this one, potentially the game of the day for football, Dell City versus Guthrie. It is 7-0 Dell City now, first quarter. Carl Albert 7-0 over Collinsville. So 2 of the 5A games start at 7, the other 2 at 7:30. In Class 4A action, Poto 7-6 over Newcastle, busy first quarter. Ada 7-0 over Clinton. And the other 2 games still scoreless or have yet to start. In Class 2A action, they'll be a little bit behind the bigger schools. It is Jones 8-0 over Davis, Meeker 6-0 over Washington. Huge upset if that would stand. Buy-in 7-6 over Adair. Millwood 6-0 over Purcell. And Prague 8-0 over Victory Christian. Those are your Class 2A score updates brought to you by Turner Welding. In Class A, Minko 8-0 over Hooker. Stratford Apache 7-7. Woodland 8-0 over Colcord. Stroud 7-0 over Gore. Walters 7-0 over Dibble. And Hominy 7-0 over Wyandotte. Those are your Class A updates at the half or quarter. In Class B, Walika 8-6 over Weber's Falls. Laverne and O'Keene 8-8. Regent Prep leads Dewar 7-6. Keep an eye on that. That's an update and an upset alert. Sealing 8-0 over Turpin. Drumright 8-0 over Caddo. Garber has tied the game against Velma now 8-8. Those are your Class B updates. In Class C, still none of the games underway. Those will be 7:30 kickoffs. Like to thank our coverage sponsors for tonight's action. Dale United Methodist Church for the Dale Pirates and Turner Welding for the Amber Pocasset Panthers. Ampo gets the ball to start the quarter. Addison Polson with the ball once again. She passes off, and Faith Carpenter to Miss Hicks. Correction, Miss Lynn, Sadie Lynn. Back over on another shot, beautifully set up. Just English is off tonight. You can definitely tell that there's some teams that aren't used to playing in certain gyms, and as a result, they don't get the feels for bouncing on the rim. Some of these shots are just missing altogether. So it tells me that it's a little bit more about mechanics. Like, perfect example there would have been an air ball, could have been a push off, probably should have been to Dale up now, largest lead of the game, now 13 points. Double dribble called against Pocasset. Addison unable to get the second hand off the ball at the same time. So it's a turnover and a missed shot to start the third quarter for Ampo. Dale gets the push off, no call, easy bucket. So back-to-back plays to end the second and start the third. Questionable calls, but nonetheless, Dale makes the shots when they got the opportunity. 24-9 now, a 15-point lead for the Lady Pirates, who are just humming along here in tonight's 2A versus A matchup. Timeout call to Ampo. We're seeing a new basketball coach. Bo Thomason been a fixture there at Ampo for multiple years, making the change. Rebound, Pirates, just no second shot opportunities to be had. And if Ampo can't solve that riddle on rebounds, this wide open three would have been a dagger. So Polson gets it, stripped loose. It'll be Ampo ball once again to kick it back under with 6:28 to go in the third quarter. They're definitely going to have to work on three things: hitting shots, turnovers, and timing rebounds. I mean, they are leaving massive gaps on the perimeter for Dale just to run over and snag balls and almost circle back before they're even approached, much less defended. And so Dale drives into the paint, kicks back out. Beautiful shot. Largest lead of the game now, 17 points for the Lady Pirates. Young lady there with the nasal abrasion. Miss Lynn had to leave early or late in the second quarter on a potential no-call foul. I thought it was a foul. Hicks squares up, beautiful shot, nicely done. So glad to see that she's not any worse for wear. It looks like she just had maybe an abrasion across the nasal bone. It is 26-11. Dale over Amber Pocasset. Boys game follows, so stay tuned. I'd like to thank our coverage sponsor for tonight's coverage, our pregame graphic, live stream, video highlights, and plays of the game. Turner Welding in Amber, Oklahoma. And First United, correction, Dale United Methodist Church in Dale, Oklahoma. 15-point lead. Pile up there at the floor. Probably a double no call, probably good. Otherwise, you would have had to flag them both. Team just kind of trades spots and collapse into the same paint. Dale's going to maintain possession of the ball. And another turnover. Second shot opportunity is good, and Poe finally gets that unique unicorn out of the way. Been few and far between opportunities to do so. Muncie with the missed shot. Top of the key, no good. Rebound. Score it, 2-2. And travel called once again on Ampo. Substitution package coming in for the Dale Lady Pirates 3. Well, it's almost like a repeat pattern, a cycle rinse on a large laundry load. We just kind of keep going back and forth. Second and third shot opportunities for Dale. Jump shot is up, nails it. So a three from downtown. 20-point lead now for the Pirates, their largest of the game. Soft pass by the Panthers. They're going to have to really, just the looping of cross court passes have caught up to them. It's not getting them in space. They're trying to do across players, and Dale is perfectly timing the run unders and steals. 20-point lead now for the Pirates, their largest of the game. Top of the key wide open. Perfect example of the contrast in the passes, hitting the boards, perfectly positioned by T. Put back is good. So you got a clean shot, miss it. Perfect position for the rebound. Drop down, finger touch, top, tip in for Teague. And it is a runaway game here now for Dale. Block shot. And we'll do it through three. One more score. Nope, shot no good. And she's going to get it off. 3-3, your score, Dell 35, Amber Pocasset 13. You're watching Prep Nation TV coverage of the doubleheader games of the week.
Back door, back behind you.
And Poe nearly having another turnover there. Dale defense has been on point tonight, folks. I know it's the first week, and this really doesn't mean anything. I've seen teams go multiple directions, start off like barn burners, then the season just totally fall apart. However, it is to be expected. Ampo replacing Teague Muncie, if not their best player, their co-best player. Dale Lady Pirates defending Class 2A champions. Likewise, Dale, the boys basketball team, back-to-back state champions, pulling off a feat that only Edmond North Huskies did this past year in the spring, with both boys and girls winning state titles. It's going to be a double dribble. So massive win streaks for some teams. Two undefeated squads last year. The Edmond North Lady Huskies, I believe they went 29 or 30 and 0, if I remember correctly. And I know that the Dale boys went 32 and 0. So those two teams obviously close to having the largest streaks. Dale's now actually up to 41 straight. They won 32 last year. Putback is good. Won 32 last year, 7 to close the season in 2021 through 2022, and then 2 this year as well to get 41. That lead all teams in the state. Nice, nifty footwork there. I like it. Maintain possession of the ball at all times. Can change. And nice body position. Excellent pass. Scores easily put in for the Dale Pirates. They're just rolling now. Reserves on the floor for both teams. Oh, just can't get the shot to fall. So the same plagues that befell the starters happening to the replacements. One shot and done. Can't get the rebound. And Dale is just moving into the paint. Now, that is a nice stop there with the rebound. First free throw is good. So this is our first example of a game I've covered, or the 2-4-2 on the free throws. At this point, Dale obviously is going to win. The only debate is going to be how much. Ampo now just trying to kind of keep it respectable with reserves in, try to get the score maybe up to 25 for the point total in the last 2.5 minutes. And reach in foul will be the fourth of the quarter for Amber Pocasset. And the third set of reserves now coming in for Ampo. Looks like we're going to have 4 of the 5 players on the floor replaced. Oh, beautiful. That's good. Nice shot. Good job. Timeout. Officials. That will move the 4 players aforementioned. Largest lead of the game now for Dale. 28 points. Off the foot. Keeps possession. About to lose it again. We're going to have a potential jump ball reach in. Possession arrow favors Ampo. He misspoke, was not white. Nice deflection. Good defense. The kind of soft, lazy pass. Going to have to dial those up as the season goes along for the Lady Panthers. Wide open. She's probably taking the shot. Pulls back into the defense. So bad play. Turnover Panthers. Pirates will have the ball with 48 seconds to go. Amber Pocasset with the steal. We're now down to the final 30 seconds to go here before the final buzzer. Backcourt violation, Ampo. Now down to 22 seconds to go. So the Lady Pirates will improve to 3-0 on the season. It'll be their 9th straight consecutive win. And now they can shoot or hold for the final pass. We will keep the feed up for both boys and girls games. We'll reset the score here in a moment. You'll see the screen kind of flick real quick. Then you'll see the score reset to 0. We'll leave up the stream. That way you can just continue to watch both games doubleheader. And that'll do it. Players touch it up. All right, folks. If you haven't heard of Dayton Forsyth, now you know. The Prep Nation Mr. Oklahoma 2023 Basketball Player of the Year, Overall Player of the Year. Led the team to back-to-back state championships, baseball in the fall, and that both boys 2022 and 2023 Class 2A. Dayton considered by many to be the preeminent player in the state for all classes. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the number one rated Class 2A team in the state, the Dell Pirates. So we will have a brief turnaround since the game goes a little bit long. It'll be a 10-minute intermission. That means we should have starting lineups at approximately 7:56, and then should be good for an 8 o'clock tip-off for the boys. Updates throughout the state in football brought to you by Dale United Methodist Church. Class C action first. Thackerville 22-20 Winoka. Timberlake 12-0 over Coyle. Number one, Tipton, 36-6 in the second quarter over Graham Dustin. And Ryan and Wilson Henrietta, 14-14. Those are your Class C updates. In Class B, upset alert. O'Keene, 24-14 over two-time defending Class B champion Laverne. Regent Prep, upset alert, 23-20 over Dewar. Keota, 22-8 over Yale. Drumride in a tied affair with Caddo, 22-20. Velma Alma up on Garber now, 24-8. Southwest Covenant, 12-8 over Oklahoma Bible. Sealing, 20-0 over Turpin. And Walika, 14-12 over Weber's Falls. Those are your Class B scores at the half or in second quarter. Class A action. Hominy 28-0 over Wyandotte. Fairview 13-0 over Crescent. Walters 13-12 over Dibble. Pawnee 8-0 over Central Sallisaw. Minko 14-7 over Hooker. Apache 14-13 over Stratford. Straw 21-6 over Gore. And Woodland 8-6 up on Colcord. Those are your Class A scores. Class 2A action updates. Adair 20-14 over Vian. Victory Christian 28-18 over Prague. Kiefer 30-0 over Sequoia Tahlequah. Alva upset alert over Kingston 14-7 in the second. Kansas 14-7 over Idabel, upset alert. Washington has come storming back. They now lead Meeker 21-7. Millwood up 12-0 over Purcell. Jones 16-0 over Davis. Those are your Class 2A updates. In Class 3A football, it is Perkins Tryon all over Holland Hall, 41-0. Heritage Hall, 21-zip over Berry Hill. Marlow, 20-0 over Cassia Hall. And Lincoln Christian, 17-0 over Sulphur. All four of those Class 3A games in the second quarter. In Class 4A action, Ada leads Clinton 14-7. Blanchard 14-7 over Sallisaw. Wagner over Tuttle 7-0 in the second quarter. And Poto 14-12 over Newcastle. Likewise, in the second quarter, those are your Class 4A updates. For Class 5A, shocker really to me, kind of gives you a comparison of where the two teams stand. Del City, 28-0 over Guthrie. So if you're a Carl Albert fan, you better buckle up, folks. I've seen Del City in action. And if you're basing it on undefeated records, it's a push. 11-0, 11-0. But if you look at the Guthrie score, Carl Albert really struggled with Guthrie well into the third quarter. Del City all over Guthrie, 28-zip second. Bishop Kelly, Bishop McGinnis, 7-7. Carl Albert, 28-0 over Collinsville. And it is, I believe, Elgin 6-0 over Claremore still. Those are your Class 5A score updates. In Class 6A2 action tonight, it'll be a short night. Choctaw 15-0 over Sand Springs. Deer Creek 14-0 over Bartlesville. Muskogee 14-0 over Ponca City, and Stillwater 28-0 over Putnam City. Those are your Class 6A2 scores at the half. Class 6A1, the Big Blues. Bixby 38-0 over Norman. Union 14-7 over Westmore. Jinx 10-3 over Edmond Santa Fe. That is a rematch. And Owasso 6-0 over Norman North. Those are your 6A1 scores. Brought to you by Dale United Methodist Church. Dale Amber Pocasset coming up in 5 minutes. Keep an eye on number 15, Avery McComas. He will be the go-to player for the Amvo Panthers tonight. And here we go, folks. All right, one more time, ladies and gentlemen. It is your Prep Nation TV doubleheader games of the week featuring the Class A Amber Pocasset Panthers against the Class 2A Dale Pirates, the two-time defending Class 2A state champions. Pirates Panthers up next on PNTV. If McComas is the player to watch for Ampo, number 33, the player to watch for the Dale Pirates, Mr. Dayton Forsythe. Well, his first game at home, he took the ball on a pass and dunked. So we'll see if we get that lucky again. Tip control by the Pirates, and we are officially underway. The end of the paint. Jump shot is up. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, Pirates. And the shot is good. Forsythe nails the three off key. 7:25 remains. It'll be a man-man shell for the Pirates. They'll flex out of it off of his zone. Almost turnover. In many ways, it mimics a 2-1-2 flex. It'll stay zone until ball is activated or player engages, and it goes man-man. Block shot early on for Braden Leeper. Correction, Traden Chambers. The end of the paint, post up, and no good. Rebound by Forsythe. One-handed pass. Whoops, just off the mark. Chambers unable to get the ball on the low pass. These teams very familiar with each other. Prior to this season, both had been Class 2A foes. Amber Pocasset dropping down to Class A due to current ADM counts. Just a reminder, with the girls' game, same applies for the boys. There's no longer 1-1. If you reach the magic number each quarter, it'll be automatically 2 free throws. So we'll see if that curtails purposeful fouling or shack attack fouls. In some cases, it could be a great strategy. In other cases, you could be trading twos for a potential shot, and you could actually get further in the hole by trying to foul if you specifically foul the wrong people. Panthers with the drive pivots. Could have been a travel ball. Is good, and it is a 3-2 game early on. In the paint, post up. Going to be a foul over the back. So that should take us to 2 free throws coming up for the Pirates. Drayton Chambers stands out, obviously, on the floor, 6'6". First free throw is good. And back to a three-point lead for the Pirates, 5-2. Double team, ball is put in play, stolen and anticipated, but we'll have a double steal. And he will take it, kick it, jump shot is up, and off the mark, no good. Pirates speeding down the floor. Isolated read into the paint. Fourth eye to Chambers. Score it. 7-2 lead, 5 points now, largest of the game. Well, if there was a speed differential in the first game, it was the fact that Amber Pocasset hurried themselves out of her rhythm. A lot of missed shots, turnovers, travels, double balls. This case is the exact opposite. Dale, fast, lethal, efficient, and they are beating Ampo to the punch for rebound shots and positions. As you can see, just kind of running them ragged with their style of penetrating and kicking out. Easy paint, easy point. Just misses it, though, on the bad angle. So if you're Ampo, this is the chance to reset your perfect play and slowly try to get yourself back into this game. Got to quit turning the back and giving out the dribble. Second time that's been anticipated, been back-to-back steals. And there we go. Oh, just misses the alley-oop. Laid it down for him. Forsyth just off the mark. As I said earlier, Dayton, our Prep Nation TV player of the year and basketball player of the year. He was Mr. Oklahoma. And we will be making the announcement probably first part of the year who that will be. He is obviously going to be a finalist again and the leading player to beat out. We want to base more of it on having an opportunity for players to develop, show us kind of what they've got, and if there's anybody that's just astronomically off the charts good in, say, for example, football and baseball, but not baseball, basketball, those types of combinations. Mr. Oklahoma and Miss Oklahoma Reserve for the multi-sport athlete of the year. 7-point lead for the Pirates halfway through the first quarter. I'd like to thank our coverage sponsors, Turner Welding in Amber and Dale United Methodist Church here in Dale, Oklahoma. Backing in, they've got to quit doing that. They're turning away. You're playing blind. When you back up and you dribble or you back up and pull up the dribble, you can't pass. You can't see who's open. You can't see who to get to, even if you're in trouble. So they're going to have to quit doing that back up and try to do it from reverse. You want to maintain a side angle or at least eyes on the prize. So you can see another steal here, perfectly executed. 23 was going to lay it. Puts it in easy peasy. 9-point lead for Dale, their largest of the game. It is 11-2. Dale over Ampo. You're watching PNTV. Teams enter the game 1-1 for AMPO. They lost their first game of the season like the girls against Lada, 53-45, and then victorious 48-40 over Ninnekah. Dale enters a perfect 2-0 on the season, a 41-game win streak leads boys and girls. Victorious over Preston to start the season, 93-63, and then victorious over 4A Bing, 75-42. Not a bad-looking shot, just a little bit off on the trajectory. To the hoop. Going to be a foul. So those of you that are stat geeks, here are the longest win streaks in boys and girls basketball through 1 week. Dale leads all teams, 41 for the boys, 24 for Class 4A champion Douglas, 18 for Edmond North, 17 for Fort Cobb Broxton, 11 for Dale City, 8 for Caddo, and 8 for Millwood. Those are your defending state champions in Classes B through 6A, respectively. Other teams high up would be Kenta, Legacy, Rattan, Sentinel, and Stonewall with 4 in a row. On the girls' side, largest streak in the state right now, Edmond North, 36 consecutive wins, Sealing 20, Bethany 19, Sapulpa 18, Jones 7, and now Dale with 7. Those are your defending state champions in girls. Highest after that would be Vanos, Varnum, and Wapanucka, 5 apiece, even though the Indians, Wapanucka, they won last night. And so I know that they're up to 6 already. So bragging rights for the boys, Dale, 41 in a row. Bragging rights for the girls, the Edmond North Lady Huskies. I like the second effort. It's got to kind of fine-tune the passes when you're going to flick it out. Jump shot on its way. Good. Nothing but net. Exactly what Ampo needed. Dale slows it down a little bit here. Sorry, we missed a free throw. Second shot opportunity. Mr. 23 is a human dynamo, man. Let me tell you, he is all over the floor. Palmer Jones. Another 3 by the sniper, Dayton Forsyth. Errant pass, no good. 151 remains here in the first quarter. It'll be another side kick for the Pirates. Forsyth will take the ball with 1:50 to go. Look shot, passes, double pass into the paint. Loses possession. Amber Pocasset foot on the ground with the ball, so out of bounds on number 3. It'll be Dale ball with 1:43 remaining. Soft pass to Forsyth, loses possession. It's going to be back-to-back, this time off number 3. He had the right idea of trying to get the steal, but he pushes the ball out. So make it 3 for 3. Pass top of the key. Double pass, 3 penetrates, takes 2 defenders. Can't do the little doopsie-doo along the line, loses possession, stepping out of bounds. 1:37 to go. Ampo finally gets a shot at it after 3 consecutive attempts by Dale. Double team on the flex. Now going full court. So right now a 2-3 zone. It'll flex to a 2-1-2 on shifts and backdoor cuts. Top of the key, whips it back over. Going to have to pick that up. When you're going to cut back, you can't walk and crawl like that. You got to clear the space for your route and your runner. There you go. There's your fake. Pull. Get your shot out to 11. Pass it to 11. He was wide open. Now he sets the pick and roll potentially. Isolated read 3 gets the jump shot up and just off the mark, no good. Rebound Forsyth. Wide open. We'll have a substitution for the Pirates. 2 players coming in, I believe 2 as well for Ampo. So 23-33 head to the floor, 22 and 11 for Ampo. Now down to 35 seconds for the end of the first quarter. Ooh, foul. Could have been worse, but Coleman takes the brunt of the chopping sweep, trying to swat the ball away, gets a little bit of contact, unintentional there. Number 10 will be coming in after the first free throw for the Panthers. Keep an eye on it. 3 fouls for Ampo, only 1 for Dale right now, so nobody in potential foul trouble. The foul counts will reset at the start, the end of each quarter or the start of the second and the next. The new rule in the state of Oklahoma, we'll see if it ends up being polarizing and popular. I think everybody really had assumed that the shot clock was going to be the big change that came to basketball. Last year, Anadarko, I think it was last year, actually held the ball once for 6 minutes and 40 seconds without a shot, and ended up beating a team. I think it was either 4-2 or literally could have even just been 1 score. But it was crazy. So I was really expecting an Anadarko rule. Shot is no good. He's going to whip that ball down. Your score through 1, Dale 17, Amber Pocasset 5. See, I could do that right there. The problem would be is once I did it once. There's no doubt about it. I could do it once as good as I ever was. But after that one time, I would never be what I ever would be again. So congratulations to the kids that can flip, spin, and twist like that and then not end up in a coma with literally no functioning limbs for 3 or 4 months. All Pirates in the first quarter. Speed, precision, passing, rebounds, jump shots, three-pointers, you name it. Only thing we didn't have was a dunk. We did have an assist 23-33 way on an alley-oop. Forsyth couldn't quite get the angle of it, so no dunks to start the second home game. And I tell you, so disappointed. I really, 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 truly thought that we were going to get another dunk by Mr. Forsyth. I know that Squirtle had come out and caught the first game of the season, and literally first play to start the year. Jump ball, tip pass, grabs it, sets it, isolated read, to the hoop, dunk. Hopefully we can get a alley-oop double-handed jam behind his back maybe. That would be awesome. Second quarter underway. Ampo just really slow. They're going to have to really, really make a concerted effort to use that as a strength instead of a weakness. Otherwise, this is going to be a rout, and it's only going to just keep spreading as the quarters go by. Jump shot is up. Younger Forsyth. Dallin unable to get the ball to fall. Into the paint. Shot is no good. Rebound Dale once again. So the same thing that plagued the Panthers girls team happening to the boys, just one and done, not getting second shot opportunities. Right there's a perfect example. Literally shot the ball from the floor. So Denton Forsyth gets the shot from the ground. Largely the game now, 14 points. Into the paint, slow on the pass. You're going to have to snap those. This is not a team that takes foolishness and tomfoolery lightly. You're going to have to really tighten up those lanes and crisp, fast passes. To the hoop, score it. Tallest player on Dale's roster, followed by Coleman Siebert. 6'6", and then 6'4". Just really good height, size, and speed. I think Seth Cody, though, I think there is a player that's actually 6'9". Apologize to Deacon Jones, said Dallin. Easily put back. 18-point lead now for Dale, just kind of toying with Amber Pocasset. Massive advantage in speed, tenacity, execution, shot selection, multiple shot opportunities. You have to quit floating those passes so slow. When you're taller, you never bring the ball down. So if you're going to do that little jute and twist, you do it above head. Here we go again. Number 4, isolated read, spins, pivots, pulls back. Going to be a travel. Judd Higdon, the power forward for the Dale Pirates. Seen a lot of these kids play ever since they were pretty much about 5 and 6 when I first started covering Oklahoma and getting over into Dale and Shawnee. A lot of these boys have been ball boys and out on the field for multiple sports for a long time. Head coach for the Pirates, Jeff Edmondson, working on his 3rd consecutive title. 2022 was the first one in the history of Dale boys basketball, which just, when I first heard it, I'm like, no, man, that isn't right. I know that's not right. I go to check it and disprove it and find out, wow, that is right. Girls thus far had been the team with Dynasty written all over it. Obviously, the name of the original gym in honor of Harold Jones, the head coach, Hall of Fame coaching legend that put the Dale girls on the map with state titles in 1978, 80, 82, and 83. At one point, 11 consecutive state qualifiers. I think they had a national record 174 game win streak. And that is something that is not to be taken lightly. A massive number. Just so happens that Bertha Teague did another massive streak that I believe that streak toppled back when she was at B. Oh, nice sharp pass. Pocasset spots up, posts up, scores. Young Gun is a Oklahoma Sooner commit, going to play for Coach Moser and the Boomer Sooners. Ampo wise to slow it down. I would work on wheel routes, cutting back door, setting up pivots, and picks right there at the top of the key is going to have to be the only way you go. Here's our first down. Peyton Forsyth. So, are you not entertained? It took until the second quarter for the dunk. So, first game, first quarter dunk. Second home game, second quarter dunk. I got it. So, everybody is put on notice. The trend should continue for their third home game, a third quarter dunk, and so on and so forth. Cross court pass. 10 goes in, kicks it, lazy pass. That'll cost him. Stolen pretty easily by number 22 for the Panthers. Going to come up behind. It'll be a reach-in, wraparound foul. So to slow it down at 3:54 to go. Second team foul against the Pirates here. We'll have a substitution package coming to Panthers now on the floor. Nicely done, young man. Forsyth pump fakes, cross-court pass, double pass. Off the mark, crashing the board is the Panthers. Clears it out, number 22 to 11, and up they go. Fast pass, good speed, and layup is good. Amber Pocasset on a 4-0 run. Jump shot, Forsyth, and score it. Double team should leave the pivotal player right there on the wing, and he can't get the ball to him in time. It is stolen once again by Dale. Isolated read, fake, one hand behind the back, cross-court pass, pivots, offsets, back top of the key, double pass into the paint, was going to lob it for 24, couldn't quite do it. So nicely done by number 4 with the steal. Can Ampo make it a 6-0 run? I'd be setting up picks and rolls right at the top of the key is what I'd be doing. I'd stretch the defense, try to sneak somebody in backdoor to see if you could cherry pick an opening on the left or right side of the paint. Because otherwise, when Dale closes the gap, it is quick and lethal. Outside kick, cuts back in, size advantage. Dale, however, gets the shot up just off the mark, no good. 21-point lead for the Pirates. Jump shot is up, no good. Ooh, bad looking shot. Two fouls total in the quarter, both against the home Pirates. I apologize for the view right there, folks. A lot of the referees do not realize they are literally within a foot from the camera. I've actually had them just back me into a wall and hit the camera and knock it loose before. Double pass squares up. Post shot is off the mark. Rebound crashing the boards. Pirates is going to try for a second shot and gets it to go. Nicely done by the big man. Jam. Now he's just showing off. 2 dunks in the second quarter alone for Dayton Forsyth. And could it be? Nope. To the hoop he goes. Nicely done. That's a good teammate. Gives you the opportunity. The first one takes it the second time. Nice steal and deal on the score. Well, it's a 27-point differential. I don't see that coming in any direction other than up. And it'll be another opportunity for Dale. Just lightning quick, lethal. Man, you were hoping to catch him down slow, maybe, looking towards the holidays. Nada. All business so far for the Dale Lady Pirates and Pirates, defending Class 2A state champions. Easy peasy. Final shot of the half. Your score at halftime, Dale 38, Amber Pocasset 9. You're watching Prep Nation TV. All right, your scores at the half brought to you by Turner Welding in Amber, Oklahoma. We'll start in Class 6A1 football. Bigsby 59-0 over Norman. That game is at the half. Owasso 19-7 Norman North. Union 14-7 Westmore at halftime. Jinx 10-3 over Edmond Santa Fe. Those are your Class 6A1 scores at the half. In Class 6A2 action, Choctaw 22-0 Sand Springs. Deer Creek 21-7 Bartlesville. Stillwater 42-0 Putnam City at the half. And Muskogee 14-3 over Ponca City. Likewise at the half. Those are your 6A2 score updates. In Class 5A action, ladies and gentlemen, wowza, wowza, mamma mia. I mean, two shocking scores. Carl Albert 45-0 over Collinsville early in the third. Bishop Kelly, Bishop McGinnis 14-14. And here's the do-whopper. Dell City 34-0 over Guthrie. Those are your Class 5A scores at the half. In Class 4A action, Blanchard leads Sallisaw 21-14. Wagner over Tuttle 14-0 in the third. Poto 21-12 Newcastle in the third. And Ada leads Clinton 14-7 at the half. Those are your Class 4A scores. Moving over now to Class 3A action. Lincoln Christian 31-0 over Sulphur. Perkins Tryon 55-zip over Holland Hall at the half. Heritage Hall 21-0 over Berry Hill at the half. Marlowe 27-0. Cassia Hall at the half. Outlaws looking for a rematch with the Chargers in a potential semifinal matchup next Friday. In Class 2A action, Meeker jumped out to a 7-0 lead over Washington. Since then, number one rated Warriors, 35 consecutive points, 35-7 third quarter. Jones 16-12 over Davis. Kingston 14-14 Alpha. Kiefer 50-0 over Sequoia Tahlequah at the half. It is Millwood 32-0 Purcell at the half. Bayan has come storming back to lead Adair 35-20 at the half. Idabel, Kansas 21-20 at the half. Prague trails Victor Christian 36-24. Those are your Class 2A scores. In Class A action, Fairview 13-0 over Crescent. Hominy 35-0 over Wyandotte. It is Woodland 16-12 over Colcord. Apache 21-13 Stratford. Pawnee 16-6 over Central Sallisaw. Miko 27 over Hooker. Stroud 29-6 Gore at the half. And Dibble 20-13 over Walters at the half. That is your Class A updates at the half. In Class B action in eight-man football, it is a 22-22 tie in the third quarter between Keota and Yale. Belma Elma 30-20 over Garber. It is Dewar back on top of Regent Prep 40-37. Both of those games at the half, by the way. Drumright 30-20 over Caddo at the half. Oklahoma Bible 22-12 Southwest Covenant halftime. Walika 30-12 over Weber's Falls halftime. O'Keene still holds the lead over Laverne. Upset alert 24-22 at half. And Sealing 26-0 over Turpin. Those are your Class B scores. So no final scores for the underclass under opportunities. In Class C, however, we do have our first final score. It is Tipton 56-6 over Graham Dustin. The number one rated Tigers on to the semifinals. Timberlake 12-6 over Coyle. It is Waynoka 34-28 over Thackerville. And Ryan leads Wilson Henrietta 30-14. Those are your Class 6A1 through Class C updates. Brought to you by Turner Welding in Amber, Oklahoma. Third quarter coming up. It is a 29-point lead for the number one rated Dale Pirates. Back-to-back Class 2A state champions. 41-game win streak. Well, two things that have stood out early in the games tonight. First off has been the speed differential favoring both Dale squads. Second has been second shot opportunities and rebounding. Dale has absolutely pounded the board. In one instance, they had four cracks to score. One was an inbound pass, three consecutive opportunities alone. And so they are beating Amber Pocasset to the punch in spots, in lanes, and they obviously are rolling with a 29-point lead. Just a rainbow three by Dayton Forsyth. Folks, Kid Special. I don't know if any of our colleagues at Rivals, ESPN, On 3, or 247, 24/7 Sports listen into our feeds, but you numbnuts have got to get that kid moved from a 3-star all the way up to a 5-star. If he's not a 5-star player, I have never seen a football, baseball, basketball, boxing, UFC, or any other kind of sporting event in my life. I've never seen quality competition. I've never seen a 5-star player if Dayton Forsyth is not a 5-star basketball player. It's kind of gotten to the point of being ridiculous. Trey Young was a 5 before he was a 5, and Dayton has been a 5, and he's just a 3. He's the number one rated prospect in the state. He's in the top 45 overall players in the country. And when Kentucky and Villanova and North Carolina and Duke and all these other Big 12 schools come after the same kid that's at a 2A school. That pretty much tells you everything you need to know. Jump shot three, back-to-back daggers for the Pirates. That will be my soapbox of the evening. Largest lead of the game now, 35 points for Dale. Ampo just outgunned, getting out hustled, outshot, out rebounded, and outscored. Chip shot is good. Panthers snapped the streak. Had been a 8-0 run for the Pirates at the end of the second and then starting the third. Cross-court pass, crisp, sharp, on point. Another cross-court pass, top of the key. Forsyth double dips, passes off, fourth pass in a row. Shot finally forthcoming, no good. We'll have a foul called against Dale. I believe number 4 is going to be flagged for coming in over the back. We'll do our best to get a quick interview or two at the conclusion of this game. I will head over to the floor and we'll put pause and then resume recording again. Oh, nice pass. That's the best one yet. The depth and expertly done there just didn't reap the benefits, but keep doing that. Whips it over, wide open, looks to kick it in, does so, wide open on the perimeter. There's your isolated read. Jackpot. Younger brother of Dayton, just tearing it up, Denton. So back to a 35-point lead for Dale. We're off 1 point. I apologize. Jump shot, top of the key, no good. Yeah, you got two players both rebounding the ball. So that's a co-rebound there. Forsyth whips it over, penetrates into the lane, kicks back out. Stutter step and down into the paint. I don't think he was expecting that when he came in fast. Nicely done. 37-point lead. Cherry picked barn door steal, and it is Dale ball again. They're already back to half court. Penetrate inside the paint, score it. Potential three-point opportunity coming up. It is now a 39-point lead, largest in the game for the Pirates, and they are really pouring it on now here in the third quarter. We're not even halfway through. The only debate is going to be whether or not they crack 70 or 80 points probably tonight. And the shot is good. Three-point shot is up and no good. Rebound once again, Dale. Number 1 is just a blitzer, Craig, man. He is all over the floor. Very impressed with him coming off and double shot opportunity. Yep, can see that one coming. Ooh, block out though. McComas did everything right. He just got too deep on the block. That is the 4th foul on Avery McComas. So he's going to have to sit for probably the remainder of the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to make much of a difference, frankly speaking, but if the goal is to keep him for any of the fourth, he's going to have to sit most of the third. Or at least over half, put it that way. All right. Oh, nicely done. Back-to-back good touches and looks, just didn't get the right roll. Forsyth isolates, whips it, passes up. Jump shot is off the mark. Another blocking foul. It's going to go against number 4. Correction, number 3. Forsyth gets the first foul call. 5 total now here in the quarter. Backdoor pass is good. Just misses the shot again. 3 consecutive times. Number five's got the potential. He's just got to get the touch down. Just a little bit off on the fingertip. Blocking foul called on Amber Pocasset. It'll be their fourth foul. First on number 22. Non-shooting foul. 40-point lead for Dale, their largest of the game. Cross-court pass. Fakes, pumps, penetrates, drives. Correction on the pass. Gets it to the ranger that's coming kind of through, monitoring the area, looking to grab rebounds and set up picks. Charge is called, number one. Three minutes to go. Ampo's got to get a bucket here. I mean, you've had three consecutive straight shots at it. Oh, terrible. Just slung the ball. Scores. Nicely done. So best looking play and shot combo of the half for Ampo by far. Into the paint, gives up the easy shot. Almost like a gunslinger from the hip shot. Turnover, Panthers. We'll have a fire cell change coming in for Ampo, 2 on, 2 off. And it looks like 5 coming on for Dale. So that may be it for the original starting crew, and it looks like it's going to be. So this game now will be a reserve battle versus starters and or reserves. The Dale going to cruise control toward their third win of the season and their 42nd consecutive win overall. Perfect example of the speed difference. Technically shouldn't cut yourself off in a lane, but has the speed to do it and then jump in the air to pass the ball with a one-handed pass. Cut. There you go. Pump fake and shot is up, no good. 22 hustles up another rebound. Shot is no good. So one of the rare instances of the Panthers getting 2 cracks at it. They miss them both. And just backdoor cut is too close and sharp on the pass. Another steal and another score. Well, nothing you can say. Not that Ampo's doing everything bad. It's just that Dale's doing everything good. That's not much of a let up to have the reserves come in and immediately score 6 points. Usually you see reserves clanging, missing shots, finally scoring. Not so in this case. 3 for 3. The only thing I got to work on is the string. But this keeps it going so where I can do 5 or 6 games in a row. That thing will start a car or an RV. It's crazy. 134. Amber Pocasset in a massive hole here. Girls started the season 1-1, just like the boys. They're now 1-2. Boys are going to go 1-2 as well. And it is going to be a perfect 3-0 for both the Dale Lady Pirates and Pirates. We've got a foul shot opportunity. Keep in mind, there has been a change to the fouls. There's no longer 1-1s. And it will now be, once you get over that initial 5 into 6th foul in the quarter, then it's automatically 2 free throws. We're not there yet. We hit it 1 time during the 4 quarters for the girls' game. And the theory behind it is it's a national change. Actually, OSSAA didn't mandate it, and NFHS did. And it puts all 50 states using the same set of uniform rules for fouls. The theory behind it is that if it automatically is going to cause after a fifth foul a two-shot opportunity, that'll lead to less fouls overall, less ticky-tack fouls, less shack attack fouls, hack a shack. However, the potential for it to blow back in your face can be twofold. One, if you're behind and you're trying to foul to get back in the game, you could actually trade two shots on the free throw line that are made for missed shots hurrying down to try to get it cut and then have to foul again, which then would be another turn. And then the second side that nobody, I think, really has thought about, to be honest with you, is this gives teams the opportunity, at least, to have the lion jump the gazelle, so to speak, to where you could bring in a reserve player for no other reason other than to foul a specific player that who might be projected or predicted to be a bad free throw shooter. So that would be the law of the unintended consequence that I would see that could happen is that some of these teams may just actually have now de facto foulers that come in just to get somebody rattled. And we'll see if it kind of progresses that way. The ultimate goal is obviously to get less fouling overall. It may actually have the exact opposite effect and create more fouls. But we'll see. Block shot in the paint, nicely done by Amber Pocasset. Nice pass to the hoop. Scores. So the steal and seal the deal. 28 seconds to go. Jump shot is up. Good. Dale's reserves scoring 10 points coming in the game in the third quarter with about 3:12 to go, if I remember correctly. Another steal. Oh, he dribbled it right off his forehead. That was impressive. To the hoop, changes hands, misses the shot. 3, 2, 1, and that's going to do it. The score through three. Dale 63. Amber Pocasset 18. You're watching Prep Nation TV. Here we go again. Up. Thought she was going to make it all the way to the floor. She stops 2 flips shy. Not to nitpick her, but I mean, come on, couldn't you have done about 2 or 3 more? You don't want to do it into the glass here, but I love it when the schools throw down the acrobatic backflip competition between the 2 tumblers. Seen some schools do them from court to court. Think it's awesome. Wished I could do that. It would be awesome if you could undo having to pay at restaurants. Just backflip your way right out the door would be awesome. Well, 1 quarter to go. It was a 20-point plus win for the Lady Pirates. Right now, it is looking to be probably a plus 50, and Dale has rolled throughout. They pulled the starters out in the third quarter with 3:12 remaining. Now, not much of a reprieve. Look at the players on the floor right now: height, athletic ability, size. You think, oh, well, yeah, these are starters. This is the full reserve squad. And another steal, just missing the camera turn. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow favored the Pirates. 7:49. Blocking foul called against Dale. I believe that's going to be number 22 flag. Into the paint. Nice looking shot. Good back trajectory on the backspin. I'd like to once again thank our coverage sponsors for tonight's doubleheader action. Turner Welding in Amber, Oklahoma, and Dale United Methodist Church here in Dale, Oklahoma, just out of Shawnee. All right, the call is a foul on 0, plus they'll reset out of bounds. Pulls it back, kicks it back out again to the right. Triple pass. Fourth pass, jump shot is up. No good. Rebound Pirates. 6:50 remains. Corner cut pass. He'll get the isolated read, drives, stops on a mid-range jump shot. No good. I would have kept going. Yeah, I would have forced him into the right. I would have pivoted back and given him the size differential too. I would have forced him to go to his left, your right, and put up my dominant hand there. But another opportunity for Ampo. Deflected. That'll be a third shot. So they'll move up the kick in. Into the paint. Shove foul behind the back, number 13. And two more reserves for the Pirates. 15 and 5 will replace 0 and 11. Two team fouls for the Pirates, one for the Panthers. McComas back in the game after a lengthy seat at the bench due to foul trouble. He went out with about 5:15 to go in the third quarter with his fourth foul. And now back perhaps for the final 6 minutes of the fourth and final quarter if he can keep from that extra foul. He'll be at the free throw line to shoot. Third team foul against Dale. In and out, no good. And misses them both. Rebound Pirates. Three-point shot is up just off the mark. Rebound Panthers. Goes to the hoop, misses the shot. Just inside of 6 minutes to go now, 5:35. Look to go, penetrates, can't pull, puts the shot up one-handed from the hip, misses it in the paint. Put back is good. Potential three-point play coming up, I believe, for Dale. 5:27 remains. Oop, backcourt violation. Turnover, Dale. Squares up, posts up, kicks the ball back. Amplo's going to have to be a little bit more aggressive. Gomez with the shot. Correction, number 5 with the shot. No good. 5 minutes to go. Cross-court pass. Money shot is good. 70 points for Dale. So the reserves come in, and they pretty much picked up where they left off for the starters. Oh, nice. So Ampo will crack 20, 48-point lead. I've got it 70-20, and the scoreboard is now still saying 68-20. So we'll wait to see if they score another one. And then if they make it a 70 score, we're on the dot. However, I'm almost positive turnover there on Ampo. Anyway, I thought it was already 70 myself, but We'll call it 70-20 now. 50-point lead, largest the game for the Pirates. One hand shot, no good. Gets his own rebound. Posts back up again. Just off the mark. Ball deflected off the outstretched hands of the Pirates. I believe off number 20. Ample ball. Deflected and stolen. Halfway through the fourth and final quarter. Jump shot, mid-range, off the mark, no good. Rebound, passes back outside the perimeter. Double pass, top of the key, whips it out, bottom to the left. We'll have another set of reserves coming in for Dale. Three about to make their way. Double pass, one-handed shot is blocked. We were good until we got to the point of the contact. Started out all ball, though. So McComas does foul out. So 5, and he is out. Fourth team foul against Dale, second on number 13. So it looks like every player on the bench, with the exception maybe of the junior high players and jump up, is going to play. So every varsity player, I believe, gets on the floor now for Dale. It is 70-21. Oh, nice lead pass. Beautiful. Really good peripheral vision there on that pass. Like the hustle of the reserve players, man. They're really coming in here like they want to win the game, too. This is almost like 2 wins for Dale, actually. There's usually a stark contrast when the starters leave and the reserves start coming in. And there hasn't been much of a let-off. Damn. To the hoop. 2 fouls coming up. Number 11 will be flagged, and that'll put number 4 at the line to shoot 2. 2:50 to go. That is now the 5th foul, according to my notes. Yep. First free throw is good. One out of 2. Crossing midcourt, 2:45 to go. Pirates lead in. So it'll be a foul called against Ampo, their third of the quarter. So it's no longer going to be fouls of the half, fouls in a half. All 4 quarters will be standalone resets. Another 3-point shot hits the backboard. I believe that's going to be against number 15. So from here on out, it'll be 2 free throws for Amber Pocasset. That is the 6th team foul in the quarter. So far, the kids have been adequately prepared. I don't see anybody jumping in the lane on a free throw that's guaranteed 2. Girls had a shot. Boys have also had a shot. They clearly know the new rule change. Nobody jumped the lane. I wonder how many times that will happen. That could potentially set up 3 free throws if somebody misses the second one. Off the mark, no good. For correction, misses the first one. Ampo scores. 2 minutes to go. Backdoor cut and pass, foul. 2 free throws coming up. Foul go against number 24. And that'll put number 5 on the free throw line. And the free throw is good. Back to a 50-point lead for the Pirates. As I said earlier, the only debate would be whether or not Dale scored 70 or 80, even with reserves in almost all of the fourth quarter, or all of, 3 minutes in the third quarter, all of the fourth quarter. The last 11 minutes plus of game action have been reserves. They still have a shot to crack 80. Into the paint, posts up. Shot is no good. Love number 21's athleticism. Going to be a good starter soon. Kid is fast, nimble, very athletic, has a really good spry in his jump, good fingertip release when he shoots. Bam. All right, fire sale Ampo. We're going to have 5 fresh players coming in, so it looks like both benches are going to clear them. Each player in varsity. Only ones that haven't played for Dale over there, young men, that's probably JV or junior high correction, that are in full uniform. Largest lead of the game, 54 points, 127 remains. Errant pass, Dale ball. Well, here you go. One final bucket here will put 80 points on the board. This will be the largest margin of victory win on the season for Dale. Wow, wow, wow. Almost positive he's third stringer, maybe fourth stringer. So, crazy. Largest lead of the game now, 57. Another steal. Number 21 is going to stop. Put up the jump shot. No good. Rebound 10. Kicks it out. Jump shot. Wow. Man, they're just sharp shooters. Lethal. 84-24. A 60-point lead for the Dale Pirates. Into the paint, wide open, misses the shot. Rebound 21. 25 seconds to go. All right, they're going to go and slow it down. That's going to do it, folks. Your final score is going to be 84-24. You'll see a blurb, and then we'll get some interviews to close out the game. Coach Ed, you had a quick sec for an interview?
Real quick.
All right.
Like 5 seconds. All right, we're here with head coach Jeff Edmondson. First off, coach, perfect start to the season. Largest margin of victory so far in only 3 games. Looks like you're already firing on all cylinders only 3 games into the season.
Our season starts really early this year. We started off with Preston and Bean right off the bat, and those really good. And Ampo's really well coached. And we played 3 tournaments before New Year's, so we're going to play a lot of basketball before New Year's. So yeah, we've hit the ground running this year.
That leads me to my next question. You guys have not only thrown down the gauntlet, you've actually raised it to like a super lane highway, an expressway to Illinois, correct? You're facing not only the best in Tulsa and Metro Oklahoma City, you're taking on other states now.
There's some really good teams in this tournament. It's going to be a big challenge. And that's what these guys in that locker room, they love challenges, all right? So we tried to find them some more challenges this year. Last year we had a lot. This year the TOC in Tulsa is going to be really tough. Owasso and Edmond North and Weatherford and Crossing and Tulsa Hell and Metro Christian OK are all really good teams also. So there's a lot of challenges out there. We'll see how good we are, see what we're made of.
Last year only Edmond North and Dale, only 2 schools to have boys and girls win state. How important was that to the boys squad? Girls have had the banners. Boys back-to-back state championships, first time, second time. How important was it to make that next step where you both won?
It's really cool for both of us. We'll have this success, and for the girls to cheer on the boys and the boys to cheer on the girls. We're spoiled to have such good programs here. We really are. But yeah, it's just a really cool thing. It's fun to be part of.
For a mid-range school, I hate it when people say small schools. There is no small school. There's just the same number of players, 5 each time. But having said that, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'6", 6'9", you have got some size and some range. Has that been something that has been brewing for a while, or is it just something kind of in the water here? Because you got some ballers.
These kids they've always played well together. They're strong kids, and they all play a little bit bigger than what they are. They're really good defenders. They play physical on both ends, so it's just really been a lot of fun being a part of this group.
Sure. Right, second and third stringers in, 3:12 to go in the third quarter. They hit 6 straight shots.
Yeah, we've got a lot of really good players right now. Dale, 9th grade through high school. We got 35 kids out, and there's a lot of good players. We have really good competitive practices every day. It's a lot of fun. They push each other, and that's why we keep getting better.
Final question, 41-game win streak. I believe it's the longest in school history for basketball for the girls. Obviously a ways off from the girls. How important is it to the boys to extend it, or is it just a simple byproduct of working hard and that's it?
I didn't even know it was 41. We just come out and play hard every game, and we've got a lot of challenges, and you know what? I'm sure it's going to come to an end because we're playing some really good people, but we just want to go out and play the best we can every night.
Congratulations, 3-0 start to the season, Coach. Thank you. That'll do it, folks. Your final score, Dale 84, Amber Pocasset 24. Thank you for watching Prep Nation TV.